Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What's happening right now is beyond your typical off-season rumor, beyond any trade carousel we've witnessed in recent memory. No, this is something much bigger, a seismic shift that could redefine the landscape of the NFL in 2026. The whispers are swirling, sources are buzzing like never before, and what I'm about to reveal could flip the entire NFC upside down. Trust me, what I'm about to tell you isn't just speculation or idle chatter. It's intel gathered from the deepest, most clandestine circles in the league. If you're truly ready to understand one of the most explosive rumors of this decade, stay locked in because what I'm about to uncover is a secret that could ignite the NFL's most unexpected blockbuster. And yes, there's a hidden piece of this puzzle that no one's talking about yet. Keep watching, because the story behind Tyler Linderbaum and the Green Bay Packers may just be the biggest shockwave you've ever seen. Before we dive into the details, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and ring the bell. Why? Because if you want to be among the absolute first to understand what's really going down, you need to stay on this channel. This isn't just another rumor, it's a revelation. And for the true insiders out there, this is your front row seat to a game-changing saga. Now buckle up. What I'm about to tell you could be the most important NFL story of 2026, and the implications stretch far beyond just one player or one team. Let's set the stage. The Green Bay Packers, a franchise historically revered for resilience and strategic brilliance, have just made history, but not in the way you think. Recent extensions for head coach Matt LaFleur, GM Brian Gutekunst, and EVP Russ Ball are nothing short of a seismic declaration. The Packers mean business. They're aiming higher than ever. And yet behind that curtain of stability lies a brewing storm of potential upheaval, a crossroads that could lead them straight into a blockbuster trade that no one saw coming, and the centerpiece of this upheaval, Tyler Linderbaum. Yes, that's correct. The Baltimore Ravens, elite center, a three-time Pro Bowler and one of the most coveted free agents in the league, could be on his way to Lambeau Field, and the whispers suggest this is no ordinary move. This could be the trade that rewrites the 2026 NFL landscape. Now, I've been around this league long enough to smell the signs, to read between the lines, and what's happening now is nothing short of historic. My sources tell me that the Packers, after witnessing their internal struggles and a disappointing 2025 season, have pinpointed a missing piece, a proven, elite interior lineman capable of transforming their offense. And here's the twist. Their eyes are locked on Tyler Linderbaum. But how does this fit? Why now? What are the mechanics behind such a deal? And what does it mean for the NFL's top teams? That's what I'm about to break down for you piece by piece in this detailed insider analysis. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this really happening? Can the Packers pull off such a move? The answer is yes. And the reasons are rooted in both their immediate needs and a long-term strategic vision crafted under the new front office leadership. So let's get into the nitty-gritty first, understanding what the Packers need most, then why Linderbaum fits perfectly into their puzzle, and finally exactly how this trade might unfold. This isn't just a rumor, folks. It's a blueprint for a seismic NFL shakeup. Let's start by dissecting the Green Bay Packers' current situation. Following the 2025 season, which was disappointing by any standards, the Packers find themselves at a pivotal crossroads. Their offense showed flashes of brilliance, led by Jordan Love's developing talent, but the offensive line was a consistent weakness. That's the reality. They finished the season with a subpar 5-12 record, and their offensive line grading, when broken down with advanced metrics, revealed glaring vulnerabilities. Film study confirms it. Too many breakdowns in pass protection, costly penalties, inconsistent run blocking. The absence of a dominant interior presence was glaring. Their right guard and center positions were repeatedly exploited, allowing pressure up the middle, stifling drives, and putting undue pressure on Love's development. Statistically, it's clear. While the Packers boast some promising pieces, a rising star at wide receiver and a deep backfield, their offensive line was in the bottom tier for sacks allowed per game and pressure rate. Over the last 2 seasons, their center position has been a patchwork at best. Enter Tyler Linderbaum, the Ravens' anchor, a player who has consistently ranked among the league's best at his position, is a perfect fit for the gaps that need filling. His advanced metrics show a player who is elite in pass protection, allowing just 2 sacks over the past 3 seasons, and excels at run blocking, creating lanes for their backs. His Pro Bowl selections aren't just for show, they're backed by film, by analytics, by a rare ability to elevate an entire offensive line. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Linderbaum's contract status. As of January 31, 2026, he remains an unrestricted free agent after the Ravens declined his 5th-year option, puts him squarely in the crosshairs of the biggest teams with cap space and championship aspirations. The Chargers. They're a prime candidate, armed with cap room and a clear need for an upgrade at center to complement their explosive offense. The Falcons, perhaps, but I hear the Chargers are leading the race on this. The Ravens, they want to keep him. But if the Packers come knocking with the right offer, can they outbid the Chargers' deep pockets and strategic needs? That's the billion-dollar question. Let's analyze how a trade might actually happen. The Ravens, facing a rebuild and trying to maximize their assets, would want a substantial package, likely high picks, and perhaps a young player or two. Historically, teams in such negotiations look at a first-round pick along with additional day 2 selections, maybe even a promising prospect on offense or defense. The Packers, desperate to turn their season around, have the assets, including multiple picks in 2026 and beyond, and perhaps even the flexibility to send a player to sweeten the deal. A hypothetical package could involve a first-rounder, say, 2026 or 2027, a high-value pick next year, and an upcoming young talent, maybe an offensive lineman or a receiver, depending on what the Ravens prioritize. And don't forget salary cap considerations. Linderbaum's projected market value, likely to eclipse $18 million AAV, would require the Packers to juggle their budget. But with the recent extensions for Lafleur, Gutekunst, and Ball, they've shown they're willing to make splash moves. Plus, the NFL's cap flexibility in 2026 is better than most think. Rookies and contracts are manageable, and the league's new revenue streams from streaming deals mean teams have more leeway. So it's entirely feasible that the Packers pull off this high-stakes maneuver. Now, what about the fit? Schematically, Linderbaum's game aligns perfectly with Lafleur's offense. He's a quick, athletic center with exceptional movement skills, a true leader on the line. His zone-blocking ability mirrors what the Packers want, and his intelligence and poise translate beautifully to a system that emphasizes quick passes and outside zone runs. His leadership qualities, just what Jordan Love needs to elevate the offense, a true anchor, a steady hand under center, and a strategic player who can set the tone. The projections are clear. With Linderbaum on board, the Packers' offensive line could leap from the bottom of the league to one of the top units in 2026, transforming their offensive ceiling. Comparison-wise, Linderbaum is reminiscent of the best centers in recent NFL history, a hybrid of Jason Kelce's athleticism and Corey Linsley's intelligence. His ability to adapt and excel in multiple schemes makes him versatile. Worst case, he's a stabilizing force that keeps Love's development on track, and best case, he becomes a franchise cornerstone, anchoring a new era of Packers football with a future Hall of Fame trajectory. Now I know many of you are asking, is this even realistic? The answer is yes, if the stars align, if the Ravens get the right package, and if the Packers decide to make this move a priority. And mark my words, the day this deal makes headlines, the NFL landscape shifts dramatically. It's a narrative that's been building behind closed doors for months, and sources tell me that the Packers' front office has been quietly laying the groundwork for such a bold move since December. Finally, what's the timeline? The league's free agency period kicks off in March, and the trade window opens well before that. I would expect the Packers, if they're serious, to kick into gear immediately after the Super Bowl. Watch for subtle signals first, leaks about internal discussions, hints dropped by insiders, or even a cryptic comment from Gutekunst or Lafleur. But when the deal drops, it will be monumental. It could even involve a preemptive trade, an aggressive move that catches everyone off guard. And trust me, that's exactly the kind of move the Packers are capable of, especially under this new era of aggressive, visionary leadership. So to sum it all up, this isn't just a rumor. It's a carefully crafted scenario based on the league's shifting dynamics, the glaring needs of the Packers, and Tyler Linderbaum's unmatched talent and market value. We're talking about a move that could redefine the NFC playoff picture, elevate the Packers, championship odds, and set a new benchmark in NFL trade history. Now, I want you all to stay sharp. Keep your eyes peeled for the first signs, a surprise tweet, a leaked source, a sudden meeting between teams. Because when this happens, it'll be a domino effect felt across the league. The NFL's next chapter is about to be written, and Tyler Linderbaum to Green Bay might just be the opening line of the most epic saga of the 2026 season. Remember where you heard it first. This is insider info, hot off the league's deepest sources. And trust me, what I've uncovered here is just the beginning. Big things are coming. Stay tuned, stay alert, and get ready for the NFL story of the year. Because when that bomb drops, the entire league will never be the same.